Oh, wow. This is crazy. G'day, everybody. Oh, and welcome back to my Aussie gardening kitchen. If it's your first time here, my name's Darren, but please call me Daz. And as you can see, I'm in my orchard, which is just going nuts. It's turned into a forest. So today we're just doing a quick update on what's happening in my orchard and with all my garden beds. Haven't done an update in a little bit because of all the cooking I've been doing. If you're new to my channel, I do cooking and gardening videos, and today I'm finally doing one of my garden updates. So as you can see, my beautiful peach and my stellar cherry and plums and other peaches and pears, they're just going crazy. And we've had a lot of flooding here, unfortunately, in the state, in our region. And the combination of all that water from all that rain, plus really bright sunny days, has just been great growing conditions, and everything's just flourishing, and it's just unreal. I've got beautiful fruit ripening now on all the trees, and just loving it at the moment. Now, if you've seen these and wondering what these are, they're fruit fly traps, and I'll show those to you in more detail in another video. So unfortunately, fruit fly is something I've got to deal with here, and I have a few of them around the orchard just to try and control them. It's not working that great, but hey, you can only try, right? Anyway, let's go down this way and have a look from that point of view. So as you can see, it's quite well overgrown, and I did not expect this. I've had this orchard for about 4 to 5 years now, and it's never grown at this rate, and this really caught me by surprise. If you'd like to see what I've actually got in this orchard, please check out my other videos. I'm not going to waste too much time today giving a lot of detail, but I've essentially got 3 apple trees, 2 peaches, 2 plums, 3 varieties of cherries. I've also got a mandarin in here, some thornless blackberries, and 2 pears. But anyway, as you can see, it's really growing well, and I've got apples galore and pears and peaches and apricots and you name it, all happening all over the place. So I normally do a prune in summer, and it's definitely going to get a summer prune, which is not too far away here in Australia. We're in the last phases of our spring here in Australia at the moment. So yeah, springtime has definitely sprung in my orchard. My oranges are doing well here. Down the end is the Mediterranean orange, and these 2 here either side of me are seedless Valencias, and you can see that they've got some fruit buds growing on them now, and I'm actually going to have to pick some of those off because I've got way too many fruit growing for, say for instance this one, a tree that size. So they're going to be culled and give all of these trees a bit of a chance to grow up. So yeah, they're doing really well. And obviously these thornless blackberries propagated from my original plant, that's just the one plant that I propagated from that big, is just thriving here in spring at the moment. Looking fantastic, lots of berries to come. Oh, and also the mandarin that I've got in the orchard, that's coming out, and it's going to go in here somewhere, possibly into a large pot. And I've also got another mandarin in a pot over there. I think they're both Japanese seedless mandarins, and that's already in a container or a pot, and that's also going to come over here. And I'm going to keep this area as my citrus area. As you can see, my walkway that I created here has just gone crazy in this rain and sun combination and spring, and I've got an OK plum here and a Satsuma plum here. And then if you look further down behind me, you can probably just see that's the seedless Japanese mandarin in a container. That's coming out and it's going over into the other area with the other citrus. But anyway, I just wanted to show you the growth in here. It's unreal. It's just awesome to be able to walk in here now and have my blackberries that are propagated. And if you haven't seen my propagating videos on blackberries, do check it out, because look at this, all this blackberry growth, that is 7 canes that were like this big that are propagated from the one plant. It's unreal. So yep, absolutely loving it. I've got grapes overhead now and actual grapes forming. It's so cool. I didn't expect grapes this season, but they're all over it. I can't believe it. So yep, it's all going well. I've just put in a bed of tomatoes. These are moneymaker tomatoes. I had to find a spot for them, and hey, this gets sun, so why not stick them here next to the fence? So here's another propagated blackberry that I've put into a container, And again, that's just one cutting, just one propagated piece of blackberry, and it's just gone crazy this spring. Really happy. The mulberries have gone crazy this year. I'm so wrapped. So I essentially cut them back at winter and just let them come back to life. And my mulberries, my dwarf mulberries and my standard mulberry over the back, they're the big one, they really like to be cut back and they really respond well in spring. This year has been the most abundant crop of blackberries that I've had ever. It's just unreal. And I've picked so many and I'm freezing so many so I can do smoothies over summer, possibly a jam and a pie, but wow, I've never seen so many blackberries in one go. I'm just so happy. Oh yes, I absolutely love it. I need to remember to wipe my fingers before I handle the camera. Yum. And the mother plant of my thornless blackberries, she's doing so well. So many flowers, lots of new canes coming up for next year. Can't go wrong. You can already see the fruit forming over here. It's just great. It's just really done well, provided me with so much fruit and well, berries and cuttings for other plants around the yard. Absolutely love this plant. So in this garden bed here, I've decided that I'm going to keep my rosemary in the corner here, well, one of them. And I've got mortgage lifter tomatoes along here. And I've got a couple of sweet Italian basil planted in with those as well. And then if I just move down further, so this is my remaining cauliflowers. And what I'll do is once they're done, I'm going to put more tomatoes into the spot here, possibly some basil, we'll see. Some of these cauliflowers aren't doing too well, so I might actually pull them up and just start putting tomatoes in here now. This is my San Marzano garden bed. Whole bunch of San Marzanos, and I've got some green onions in here, or spring onions as we say here in Australia. And with these spring onions, I just cut them off just above the ground when I need them and let them reshoot, and that cycle just continues every year. Over here beside me, I've got some celery. This is one of my multiple batches of celery going, and these ones are starting to look like they're going to bolt on me. So I'm going to keep an eye on them and we'll see what happens. As you can see, this is where I grow a lot of my onions and garlic in the foreground, as well as some carrots just over there to my right. Now, I've just only recently harvested a whole bunch of onions, carrots, and a few other odds and ends. And I had a really good harvest, and now those onions in particular are now curing, and I'll let them cure in a dry spot for a few weeks. And what you can see around me is the remainder of the onions, both red and brown onions, and I'm just letting some of those get a bit bigger, and also I'm going to let some of them go to seed so I can collect seed for next year. As you can see, the garlic's getting close to harvest. I've got it here, as well as a couple of pots just at the end here on my left. The carrots on the end there were from when last year I just let them go to seed, and I just gave them a shake and let the seed go wherever it went, and whatever popped up, and I've done quite well from that. Cannot complain at all. These garden beds are looking really shabby too, because the chickens are now getting in there and having a scratch around, which I don't mind. They're not really harming any of the onions here, and they're getting rid of all the earwigs and butchie boys, or, oh gee, I think overseas you call them pill bugs, I think it is. The little ones that you touch them and they roll up into a ball. We call them butchie boys here, amongst other things. So once I get this all cleaned up, which will be very soon, I'm probably going to be growing corn in here, and I'm not sure about these other garden beds yet. Stay tuned. My container potatoes are looking pretty good, and I'll have to pull some out and have a look at them because I forgot when I actually planted them. Getting close. I think I aimed at Christmas, so yeah, I'm not too far away. Anybody that knows my channel knows this area quite well. This is my raspberry area, and I've got raspberries of all different kinds in 3 different garden beds, raised garden beds. And as you can see, spring has sprung and they've come to life. These were all cut to the ground just a few months ago, cut right down to nothing. And as you can see, I've got fruit or berries starting to form, and there's just an abundance of growth in here. My raspberries doing very well. So right along here, this will be a potato garden bed, and you can see they've actually got a volunteer potato happening here. And then in the foreground there where I killed off the grass with cardboard, that's going to be another garden bed. Not sure what yet. Possibly more potatoes, maybe beans. Who knows? The choices are endless, really. Actually, I just remembered I've got a whole bunch of green potatoes inside. I mean green, like leaf green, grass green potatoes. And I'm going to put them in here and do an experiment and see if I can grow green potatoes. So do keep an eye out for that one. That's coming soon. So this is one of my pumpkin garden beds. I've got a couple of varieties of pumpkins in here. I've got Kent, which are an Australian pumpkin, and I think I've got Queensland Blue as well, also in the garden bed here. And you might be able to make out down the end there, around there somewhere, I've got marigolds for the pollinators. And just in the foreground here, about here, I've got borage as well. And again, that's just for the pollinators to come and chill out and have some fun, and obviously pollinate the females on my pumpkins. And down the back just over there, you may remember I've got red onions growing and they're going really well at the moment. And of course I've got some more volunteer potatoes. No garden would be complete without volunteer potatoes. And just here, I've got some sunflowers, courtesy of Neil from Cool Climate Tropical Fruits. He sent me some beautiful sunflower seeds. And also in the foreground, in that dirt, I've got potatoes. I had a bunch of potatoes sprouting from last year, from ones that I'd stored. So I just chopped whatever in half that I could find that had lots of sprouts. Otherwise, they went in whole, and yeah, this is another potato garden bed. So as you can see around me here in this corner, I've got a new growing area for grow bags, and I've pretty much got celery over my shoulder here behind me with I think it's a red capsicum or a red bell pepper, as people call them overseas. And then along here, I've got different, I think, red chilies, possibly a couple of jalapenos. And this leafy stuff here, I've got borage. I've got a few borage and marigolds happening, just so I can have the pollinators hanging around. And I think I've got, yeah, I do actually. I've got more celery randomly planted in here, the next batch of celery that I'm growing. So yeah, this is my newest growing area, and hopefully this area here is going to provide more food for my family and myself. I won't keep you too much longer. I just wanted to give you a quick overview of my outdoor entertaining area. I've got a lot of things that are just starting and a lot of things that are also ending. So I have things like, say, pollinators, for instance, growing over here, and random lettuce, and I've got spinach coming to an end, and potatoes that need to be planted out, and there's a bay tree there. If we pan across a little bit, I've got beans that have come to the end of their life cycle and they need to be picked, and I need to move on. There's chili plants and a Granny Smith apple tree that I still have not planted. It is so overdue to be planted. If we look over the top, this is all of my strawberry plants, my main strawberry growing area. I've got strawberries, raspberries, and pine berries. They've been fantastic. The pine berries are so delicious and the raspberries look beautiful. The strawberries have been quite big this season and I've been getting so many of them. You can probably see a bottle over here. I've got a fruit fly trap in there. Along the top there, I've got borage growing and sage and other flowering plants for the pollinators. I've got things happening here like propagated mulberries at the back there, and some irises and sunflowers that need to be put out into the ground, and more propagated mulberries over the back here, and my curry tree is just off to the side of the camera. Just in the foreground here, I've got a tayberry and two different types of raspberry that I've not had before. They need to go into a brand new garden bed of their own. We've got blueberries happening here. There's one here. There's another one behind it. They're doing very well. This is a black currant that you can see just here on the side. Two new baby blueberries. One of the varieties I don't have. Just at the back here behind the curry plant, I've got the avocado and it looks like it's fruiting for the first time. So I've actually got a bit more going on. I've got more potatoes in dirt in pots that have actually sprouted, and they're going to go into another garden bed. I've actually got another grape, a red seedless grape over here off to the side of the camera that's in a pot and needs to go into its final spot. There's a few other things around. I've got some stuff under grow lights that I didn't show you. I think it's butternut pumpkins and stevia and, oh, I don't know, lemongrass, cucumbers. there's a lot going on here, and I haven't been keeping up with it, to be honest. So it does look like I'm out here all the time, but believe me, I'm not. And it doesn't look that neglected, thankfully. There's a video popping up on the screen right now, and I'd love for you to go and see that one next. YouTube just loves to see people going from one video to another on people's channels. It helps my channel grow. Thank you so much for being here, and I'll see you on the next one. Bye for now.